You're live.
Hello everybody, Jeff Siegel here. Welcome to this Instagram live special. Breathe, stretch, surrender. I'm going to give everybody who's tuning in an opportunity to just kind of get settled. Welcome you to my basement. So, first thing you're going to need is a mat. If you don't have a mat, clear out some space, carpet, rug, towel. All right. If you have friends, family, pets, invite them. They can all participate in today's session. This is for everybody. Next thing you're going to need is going to be a foam roller. So, if you do not have a foam roller, pro tip, all right, grab yourself a water bottle. All right. Look at this product placement here. They're going to love me for this. All right, a water bottle and a towel, and you can wrap your water bottle up in the towel, all right, and make your own foam roller just like this. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Grab yourself 2 rubber bands. All right, these are leftover from last night's asparagus. And you're just going to wrap the towel around the water bottle, and you've got a nice little at-home foam roller here that you can use for today's session, okay? So. And if you have a tennis ball, that can also be helpful. Not totally necessary, just gives you an opportunity to get a little bit deeper into a little bit more sort of focal pressure points as we're going through some different release techniques. So, all right. So we're going to work today about 45 minutes, starting with some stretching, going into some foam rolling, and then finishing with some breathing. We're going to be working from our head all the way down our body. Right? And as I want to say, right, you are the expert on your own body. So do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself. This is about exploring sensation, finding your edges. When you find that edge, when you find one of those sticky points, you have an option. You can hang out there and breathe through it and notice how the sensation changes and shifts, or you can back off. All right, come to a place that's a little bit more relaxing, a little bit more easeful. All right, so you never have to push your body beyond something that doesn't feel good. So if I'm offering something that doesn't feel good, right, switch it up for yourself. The flip side of that is if I'm moving too quickly and you notice you're like, hey, like this feels great, I want to hang out here, there's a lot of tension, I need to release, go for it, hang out there. Okay. So what I'd like to do is just begin with one breath together. So I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then we're all going to breathe in, and then a nice big exhale out. Ready? 3, 2, 1, breathing in. Let it go. Now I want to try that one more time. All right? Don't be shy. I want you to be able to hear yourself breathing. I want your neighbors to be able to hear yourself breathing. Big sigh, big exhale. Really big release. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, breathing in. Let it go. And just shake out your body in any way that feels really, really nice. So, I'd like to just begin with a moment of gratitude, right? Because if you are here doing this right now, it means that your body is healthy enough to do this. It means that you have the space, the time, the privilege to be able to do this. And there are those who don't. So what I want you to do is just think about maybe dedicating your practice right now to somebody who needs a little bit more support. Right? So if you want to text into the IG live feed, somebody that you like to dedicate your practice to, or a group of people, right? Nurses, doctors, truck drivers, other people who are out there working. Right? This is a great opportunity for you to just not only take care of yourself, but go that extra step further to think about how we're all connected in our own well-being. And so to begin, just standing nice and tall on your mat, right? Thinking about just creating a little bit of length through your body. And I'm going to have you take your hands together and then begin rubbing your palms. You can start slow, and then I want you to pick it up a little bit. We're creating some friction here, generating some heat. I want you to keep going, really push your palms into each other until you begin to feel a little bit of that warmth. Maybe a little bit faster. Take a deep breath in, push a little bit harder. 3, 2, 1, and then just taking your hands and just putting them up on your face. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable, just feeling the warmth and the pressure of your hands against your face. And then starting to just gently massage your forehead, maybe your temples with your fingers. Right, massaging down around your eyes. Good chance you've been staring at a lot of screens lately. You're staring at one right now, right? All of our eyes need a little rest. They need a little recovery too. So just relaxing your eyeballs, giving the muscles a chance to loosen. And then just coming down, massaging your cheeks. And then my favorite place, getting up here behind the jaw. Right, so just maybe using your thumb or your fingers and just working right beneath your ear. Just giving your jaw a nice little massage. Another area where we tend to hold a lot of tension. Relaxing your mouth. And just loosening up whatever you want, working yourself down into your neck and then down into your shoulders, right? One of the hardest things right now is the absence of touch, is the absence of physical contact. It's something we all need as humans. We crave that. So you can still give yourself a little bit of compassionate, tender touch here, and then letting it go. So we're going to do 5 deep belly breaths as a way to just help bring your mind back into your body, right? This is all about creating connection between your mind and your body, helping your nervous system relax and calm down, helping your body release any unnecessary tension and stress that you've been holding onto during your days. So I'm going to have you just take 1 or 2 hands just gently over your belly, and we're going to take 5 breaths. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel your belly expand, and then as you breathe out, just allow that belly to collapse back in. And there's really only 2 things you need to do. 1, enjoy it. Enjoy yourself breathing. And then 2, see if you can make each subsequent breath a little bit longer. See if you can prolong that exhale a tiny bit each time you breathe out. And you can do this with your eyes open or your eyes closed. So hands on your belly, ready, breathing in, inflating that belly. And then when you feel ready, breathing out, just allowing that breath to move out of your body. And then breathing back in. Going a little bit slower this time, breathing out. Next breath, whenever you're ready, bringing in that fresh air, drawing that all the way down into your abdomen, and then a nice slow exhale out. Two more breaths, really enjoy these. Right. Think about releasing any tension, relaxing your body as you exhale. Notice your muscles lengthen, notice your body loosen. And on this last one, really, really enjoy it. And just notice how even 5 deep, slow belly breaths can have a really calming, relaxing effect on your body. They help signal to your nervous system to shift out of this stress response back into this place of relaxation, this place of healing. And that's exactly where we want to be right now, because God knows we're in a stressful time. And so we're going to work up into the neck now with just some gentle head rolls. And we're going to pair this up with our breath. So I'm going to have you tuck your chin, all right, and you're going to roll your head towards one ear as you breathe in. And then when your head reaches the back, you're going to come down the other side as you exhale. And when you get to the bottom, switch directions, breathing in, and then exhaling back down. Continuing here, moving at your own pace, breathing in as your head rolls up and back, and breathing out as you allow your head to fall back down towards center. And slow it down. There's no rush, there's no hurry. See if you can notice the muscles in your neck lengthening. Relax your shoulders. And we're consciously trying to tune into different parts of our body and then give them permission to let go. Taking one more time each side. And let it go. Next, I want to come in the same thing with the shoulders. So we're going to do a couple shoulder rolls, breathing in, lifting your shoulders up towards your ears. And then as you exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades back and then allow them to drop down towards the ground. Again, breathing in and let it go. See if you can really exaggerate this movement. Make as big of a circle as you can, moving with the breath. And release. 2 more times, breathing in. And down. And last time. And letting the shoulders just really drop, creating as much length as you can from your ear down. Next, we're going to move into the arms. All right. So starting with one arm, I want you to take a breath in, breathe that arm up. And then as you exhale, you're going to reach over your body in a little side bend. And then you're going to breathe back up to center. And then exhale, arm comes down. Other side, breathe it up. Exhale to the side. Breathing in, back to center. Exhale, arm comes down. Keep going. We'll go back to that first side, breathe it up. Reach through those fingers, exhale over. Find a nice stretch down that side body. Breathe it back to center. And then as you exhale, just imagine that arm gently floating down. Other side, breathe it up. And exhale over. Breathe it back to center. Arm comes down. We're going to do the last time. Back to that first side, breathe it in. As you exhale, try smiling. And breathe and smile, it always helps. And bring it back up. And let it go. One more time, nice side bend here. Breathe it out to the side. Feel those fingers reach, feel that hip shift, and up, and down. Great. Now we're going to work both arms down. You breathe both arms up. Really reach, looking up towards the ceiling, and then exhale. I want you to allow the arms to come down, and you're actually going to try to slide them up your back a little bit like this. And then we're going to breathe in and again. And then exhale. Arms come sliding up your spine. Breathe it up. Try pausing here at the top for a moment. And then exhale. Slowly letting the arms drop back down and slide them up your back. Pause here at the bottom again if that feels okay. And then taking another breath, breathe it up. And then exhale. Next time, breathe it up. I want you to rise onto your toes. And then exhale. As you exhale, slide those arms up, fold forward if that feels nice for you. And back up. Exhale, folding, arms sliding up towards your head. 2 more times, breathe it up. And down. And last time, reach. And let it go. I'm going to have you stay in this bottom position here. And then just let your arms drop. Let your arms dangle. Let your head and neck relax and be loose. If you want to grab your elbows and come into a ragdoll position, you can. And just hang out here. This is one of my favorite positions to be in. It's just a nice forward fold, helping release tension down the entire backside of your body. Right? This is your chance to just notice what's tight and tired. Right? And this is your opportunity to begin to take care of it. And then very slowly, I'm going to have you begin to roll yourself back up to standing, right? Moving, as they say, one vertebra at a time, drawing your belly in, just letting your head and neck be loose, tucking your hips under, rolling your spine up. Until you reach standing, letting your shoulder blades drop up and down, letting your head lengthen. And And now, before we move into some foam rolling, we're going to pause for 5 more breaths. This time, instead of connecting to our belly, we're going to connect to our heart. So I'm going to have you take 1 or 2 hands up to your chest. And we're going to do that same deep breath in, slow breath out. All right, just noticing the breath moving in. Notice how your body feels as you're doing this. Okay, there's no right way. All right, it's just about staying connected, staying present, all right, and paying attention. So breathing in, drawing that breath up into your chest, exhaling slowly, allowing your body to soften. Next breath, breathing in, maybe taking it in a little bit slower and longer, and then exhale, feeling that chest gently begin to sink, breathing in, breathing out. Remember to allow yourself to smile. 2 more breaths, breathing in. And then as you exhale, just opening your heart a little bit to yourself, to others, allowing yourself to soften, feel that warmth. And then 1 more time, breathing in. All right, just giving yourself some loving kindness for taking this time to do this practice, and then exhaling, just wishing yourself and everybody around you some health and well-being. Great. Checking in, noticing, right? How do you feel physically, mentally? Right? Again, this is about quality time with your body. This is about relaxing. This is about letting go of tension. All right? If you want some nice music, like put on your favorite, most relaxing music. Like make your space as higgy as possible. All right? I want this to be in service of your total well-being. So we're going to move into some foam rolling now. So grab your foam roller or your makeshift water bottle roller. All right, and we're going to sit down on our mat. I'm going to have you just sit right on your roller. Okay? So if you're having a really tough time, if you're stressed out, if you're having a bad day, just sit on a foam roller and just begin to roll out your butt. All right, this is like the surefire way to begin to generate a little bit more happy feelings. All right, so just rocking, right? Like rocking, bouncing, shaking. These are really, really wonderful tools that you can use to uplift your mood. All right, they just remind your body that it can do these amazing things. Our bodies want to be moved, they want to be jiggled. So just here, just beginning to kind of give your butt a little love. We're going to come back to the hips and the legs, don't worry. But we're going to move now up into our backs. So I'm going to have you pop your butt down onto your mat. You're going to roll that roller up, all right, to the top of your back, bringing your hands up behind your head. All right, and just begin with some broad, slow passes. I want you to walk that roller up, all right, towards your lumbar or lower back, and then exhaling, bringing that roller back up towards your head. And you're using your feet as kind of driving this motion up and back. And again, just move at any pace that feels good for you. What I'm going to have you do is drop your butt down on the mat, all right? And then allow your head to fall backwards over your roller. Extend your arms up over your head, all right? And you might feel some extra pressure build up here around your armpit. All right, that's what we want. We want to be able to stretch. We want to be able to open this area. Okay? And then I'm actually going to have you try to slide your entire body up, keeping your arms overhead, and then back. You might notice the roller wants to grab your shirt and grab your clothes. It's always just like my roller's trying to undress me as I'm doing this. Continue to breathe and move slowly. Give me 1 more big pass. And then I'm going to have you return your hands back up to your head. Right? And I want you to tuck your chin. We're going to work on some spine flexion as we're rolling. This is one of my favorite activities. I do this basically every single night. You might get a nice couple good cracks out of your back. But again, move gently depending on where you're at. We don't want to be overly aggressive with anything, especially regarding your spine. So I'm starting right up here, kind of in my upper back, tucking my chin, All right, and continuing to just gently, ever so slightly, create a little traction through my head as I'm rolling the roller up my back. Vertebra by vertebra, you can begin to feel that shift and that release. I'm going to shift down a little bit just so I'm not rolling myself all the way off the mat here. All right. And then once you kind of reach your lower back, be careful here, we don't want to put too much bend into this. All right. And then I'm going to have you just drop back down. I want you to settle the roller right at the base of your shoulder blades. All right. Not on top of your shoulder blades because we want to allow your shoulders to move freely. Again, you're going to drop your head back towards the mat, reaching your arms overhead. And we're going to do some wall angels, or this sort of floor angel move. So you're going to slide your fingers along the floor, allowing your elbows to pull towards your feet, and then push your fingers back up overhead. Breathing in as you reach overhead, exhale as you pull your arms down. Right? And you might not be able to get your whole hand on the floor like I can. I have spent many, many years working on my shoulder mobility. All right, but this is a really good place to start, especially, again, spending so much time in front of screens, in front of computers, in front of devices. Our bodies tend to collapse inward, so we want to counterbalance that by opening our chest, all right, opening our shoulders, opening our upper back. So just playing around with this movement, reaching, allowing the roller, you can adjust it however you want, if you want to move the roller higher or lower up in your back, right? And again, notice, right, where are you at on a scale of sensation, right? If you're at a 10, if your body is screaming at you, back off, change your position, lighten it up, right? Find the right level for you today, okay? Then I'm going to have you shift from this position, and we're going to begin, all right, I want you to try to get your head down to the floor. You can lift your butt up off the ground, all right? And then I want you to slide one arm in a big circle over towards your other arm, and then slide it back. And then go move to the other side, reaching across the top of your mat, and then allowing that hand to trace a big semicircle. Remember to breathe as you're doing this. All right, we don't want this session to create any more tension. We just want to help move things around and let go of tension that we've accumulated. And then I'm going to have you shift and roll yourself onto your side, placing the roller right up under that sort of meaty area in your upper back, right? Then we're going to get into your lat here. All right, so this is a shout out to Dan Galanto and the sort of I forget what he calls it. This is his like trainer sexy time position. So I'm going to have you just reach that arm out, all right, using that roller now to just begin to put a little bit of pressure into the muscle there underneath your armpit. Moving slowly, breathing as you're doing this, smiling, being grateful for having the time, for taking the time to open up your body to try some different things. And then I'm going to have you actually roll forward. All right, this next one can be a little bit tricky. We're going to roll out kind of the front of our shoulder into our bicep. So you're going to have to probably change your body position a little bit. You can come down like this. I start with the roller right here in the crux of my elbow. My thumb is pointing down towards the floor. And then just begin to push a little bit with my thumb down towards the floor as I roll that roller up my arm, all the way up towards my shoulder, and then back down. So generally when you're rolling, you want to avoid moving over the joints, right? You don't want to roll right over bony structures. You want to stay with the soft tissue. And a lot of rolling, like yes, to a certain extent, it can help release some trigger points. But I think even more so, it's just signaling to your nervous system that it's okay to let go, right? It's okay to relax. We're helping the different muscles, tendons, fascia return to a more balanced and normal resting state so they're not locked in this position that's too short, too long, that creates all sort of weird tension and compensation patterns in our body. Good, and now let's shift to the other side. So I'm going to have you move that roller over. Let's just start up in the upper back, right? Just leaning over and just beginning to work it here, again from the elbow. Sliding it down. Okay, move slow, right? Notice might be an inch or two where like you feel some sensation. Hang out there for a second if you can. And then move it again, right? This is your chance to really start to begin to develop that mind-body connection, really noticing the sensation and how it changes in your body. Being able to stay with stuff that at first might seem a little unpleasant, might seem even a little bit painful. And always breathing and smiling. Woo! Right? If you want to type in any sort of emoji that represents the feeling that you're having right now, whatever sort of face you are making, if you found some sweet tender spots, go ahead, put those into the feed. All right, because sometimes you hit that like oh face as you're getting in there. We're going to shift over. We're going to work into our bicep and up the shoulder again. So coming down onto your knees, kind of resetting. Arm extends out to the side, beginning right at the inside of the elbow, and then beginning to move that roller back and forth across. Right? You might need to position your body in a weird way to get here. You can lie down on your belly, whatever feels right for you. Again, you don't want to strain one part of your body in order to roll out another part. Just applying a little bit of pressure, right? The bicep is an area that can be hard to stretch, an area that can be a little bit difficult to access, but it does get tight. It's all connected to our chest, to the shoulders rotating into that kind of, upper cross syndrome, also known as just like modern human computer posture. So we want to let go of all of that. Working a little bit up into the elbow, rolling. Again, you apply the pressure that feels right for you. And breathing. Rolling and breathing. Kind of feel like I'm on like a cooking show. I'm like rolling out some dough or something. I'm just like, breathe, roll, apply the right pressure. We're going to make a beautiful pizza crust. All right, let's work ourselves down into the hips. Because again, we are in an interesting time, which a lot of us are really stuck at home. That might be more sedentary, more time seated. The hips are going to get tight. So I'm going to have us start right back on sitting on our roller again on our butt. All right, but this time I'm going to have you shift your weight onto one butt cheek. All right, so you can see how my body is sort of positioned here. Again, I'm using my other hands to help kind of balance my weight and configure my body. Now I want you just to begin to roll out sort of the side of your butt cheek. Now this is an opportunity, if you'd like, to grab your tennis ball. You can work here in a more focal way to getting into some of these areas like the piriformis or the glute medius, some of these other muscles here on the side of your hip that can tend to get a little bit locked in weird positions from sitting. Right? And with the tennis ball, you might notice you might even just want to like sit on it, just let your weight drop and just hold it there for a moment and then just kind of give it a little micro wiggle. And that just sort of, again, working into the tissue, right? Opening up something that maybe hasn't been opened in a long time. Right? And there's usually a lot of sensation accompanied with that. All right, if you're accessing things that have not been touched, especially in this really deep way. So again, just breathing through the sensation, trying to stay with it. Ooh, nice. So again, with your roller or your tennis ball, just working into the side of that hip. And then I'm going to have us come all the way down, all right, into a little bit of the side of the leg. And I do this, all right, similar to as if I was going to be in a side plank position. And I know there's debate of like, should you roll over your IT band? Like, does this fascia like that want to be rolled on? And the answer is, I don't know. Listen to your body, all right? Try to pay attention to what it's telling you. Does this feel like it's productive for you? Does this feel like it's helping you loosen, lengthen, restore something? Or does it feel like, oh my God, this is creating more damage and more harm, which we don't want. All right, because then I'm going to actually have you roll over, so now we're going to access more of the quad. All right, I'm just working into one leg, rolling from the top of my knee all the way up to my hip, my pelvis. And you then pause at any point that feels kind of sticky for you. And I also sometimes play around with bending my foot if you want to pull your heel in. And moving on up so you can see me. And then in a moment, we're just going to work through the other side. So just taking a couple more passes here. Again, you want to work through the tissue in like a really three-dimensional way. You can shift your weight up and back. That's going to hit different bellies and parts of the muscles. And I'm going to go to the other hip. All right, starting here up in your butt. You can use your tennis ball if you would like to just dig in. Give it a little massage. Right, kind of working all the way up to your waist area, down the cheek. I love this one. Ooh, I'm feeling it right now. If you're feeling it, send me a high five. There is stuff in there that needs to open. And then kind of working into a bit of your side of the leg. You can do it this way if you want to help shift a little bit more weight into the opposite foot so you don't have too much tension, you don't have too much pressure, driving into that leg. And then begin to roll forward. All right, so we're just going to roll out that quad and that hip, right? Work all the way up from your hip crease and then back down. And again, you can pause. You can play with bending your foot. You can play with shifting across the tissue, right? So I'm not just working along the length, but I'm actually working across, like I'm sort of, violin style, bow against the strings, right? And these different sort of movements can actually be helpful depending on whether the tissue is locked in a long position or a short position. Sometimes you want to work with the sort of muscle fibers. Sometimes you want to work across them. But for right now, just breathe. Listen to your body. Notice what it's telling you. Again, create relaxation. Next, we're going to come into the shins. All right, so depending on how big your foam roller is, this might be hard to do with both of your shins, and also depending on your body and your mobility, this move might be a little bit awkward. So I'll give you a couple options, right? You can go here in this position and just start to kind of rock a little bit back and forth. Okay, if you want to go into one foot, you can shift your weight like this. All right, it's like I'm doing a pigeon in yoga, but I have my shin in the roller. We don't want to be right on our shin bone. We want to be off to the side, so we're getting in, all right, to the tissue there, and just working ourselves up from the knee down towards the ankle. Again, this is something that you can do with your tennis ball. Similarly, just placing it here. All right, you can even sit down on your butt. I've done it this way. And just kind of rolling and gently pushing in. We're just going to kind of follow the tissue there on the outside of your lower leg. Working. Try both sides here, whatever feels good for you. Working into your legs, right? Getting those balls ready. Nice. Ooh. All right, you can kind of play around with working the ankle. Again, pause, put a little bit of pressure in. There are so many ways to do this. And letting it go. We can go for one more release here. All right, big shout out to Lama Rod, who actually introduced me to this one. So I'm gonna have you come down on all fours like this. All right. You are going to take one knee, lift it up, gently place it down on your calf, and then begin to use that knee, all right, as a massage. Little circles, all right, putting a little bit of weight here into your calf. You might discover some stuff. Oh yeah, there is things in here that are waiting to come out. So just gently using that knee, again, you can do some broad strokes up and down. You can kind of do little circles, try to get the outside of the calf, the inside. Again, every place has something new to discover, and just being careful, right? We don't want to damage your soft tissue. We just want to open it. We want to move things around with love, with care. Try the other side. And working. wherever you're at right now, at home, again, just tuning into your body. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. And let it go. All right, we're going to take one final stretch before we shift into a little bit of breathing practice. So just sitting down on your mat, creating some length, legs out in front of you, just taking a nice forward fold again, trying to access. Well, you might feel it. I don't know where you're going to feel it. Just try it. Let's see what happens. So slide forward, tuck your chin, relax your head, allow your whole body to sink down. Big breath in, exhale. Right. And then I ask you, where are you feeling the most tension and sensation right now? Feel free, throw it in the chat. Right? Is it up in your neck, in your upper back? Is it down in your lower back? Is it in your hips, your hamstrings? Right? All of this is data. You're collecting data. This is information to help you figure out how you can best take care of your body. So breathe it in and then exhale. So wherever you're at, just see if you can find maybe like a millimeter more of space. Maybe easing into it, notice, right? Certain things take time to open with stretching. With a lot of stretching, we don't do it long enough to create any meaningful change in the tissue. And again, this is as much about pushing and pulling things mechanically as it is about giving your nervous system permission to relax. It needs to feel safe. Your body needs to feel safe in a position or it's not going to allow you to move there. Right? And if it's worried about stretching, breaking, ripping something, or if there's old injuries that it's protecting, or if there's pain, it doesn't feel safe. So that's why the breathing and the mental component of coming back into your body with this sense of trust is so important. All right. So if there's anything else you would like to do right now, any other stretch that's going to feel good for you, right? We could do this all day. Next IG session is going to be like an all-day stretch session with Jeff. But I'd like to spend the last maybe like 7-8 minutes of our time together just working in, right? So much of our focus is on working out, right? Moving energy out, right? But we're not here to burn calories right now. We're not here to build muscle. Right, we're here to work in, bring our awareness inward as a practice of healing, as a practice of balancing ourselves. So I'm going to have you sit on your mat, or if you have a foam roller that's comfortable, guess what? You can sit on it. That acts as a great little meditation cushion. All right, if you have a block, if you have a towel, if you want to roll your mat up and just sit on it, all right? Or if you prefer to lie down, go for it, right? Posture in meditation really only matters when you're meditating for like long periods of time. For the most part, most important thing is that you're not distracted by pain and that you can breathe freely. So finding a position that feels supportive for you, okay, whatever that is. And so right now, again, we've been working through our body, all right? We started kind of up in the head, massaging our head, right? We did some belly breaths. We did some heart breaths. So now I want to connect all of those pieces. So we're going to try this practice of breathing in through your head and out through your head. And then breathing in through your heart, out through your heart, breathing in through your belly, out through your belly. Right? So if this seems new and foreign to you, I get it. Give yourself an opportunity to explore and see what happens. All right? So if you feel comfortable with your eyes open, you can. I like to do this with my eyes closed because it allows me to gather more data, again, about what's going on internally in this magical, crazy world that exists inside all of us. All right? So if you feel comfortable, just sort of breathing your eyes closed. And then on your next breath, I want you to imagine breathing in through your head and then out through your head. And then the next breath, shift your awareness down into your chest, breathing in through your chest and out through your chest. And then shifting down into your belly, breathing in through your belly and out through your belly. And then you just return back up to your head, drawing that breath in Allow it to fill that headspace, expand, create space. As you exhale, there's this sense of just sort of release. And then you're moving down to the heart, filling up that chest, letting it go. Down into the belly. Let it go. Continue this process here at your own pace right now. And remember, there's no rush, there's no hurry. Slow it down. What would happen if you slowed it down a tiny bit? And just consider how amazing it is that you can move your awareness through different parts of your body. And each part of your body has something different to tell you and has something valuable to share with you. And as you breathe in through your head, you can feel that creativity, that intellect, that mind that's usually so busy. It's there to help you solve problems. You can thank it. And as you breathe in through your heart, you can just feel that sense of being connected with others, caring, loving, and being loved. And as you breathe in through your belly, just feeling that sense of courage, that sense of strength, that vitality of having a body that every day shows up to help you go about your life. And then now imagining that you are not the only one right now breathing, that there are many other people here connected virtually, breathing at the same time as you. So just imagining everybody else right now on this IG live feed, breathing in and breathing out. And how beautiful and simple and serene that is to think that I'm not breathing here by myself, but my friends, family, people I don't even know, all coming together to breathe with the same intent. The intent to reconnect with ourselves, to reconnect with what really matters, to take care of ourselves in service of being the support to help take care of others. So just one more breath cycle, and if you notice that your mind had wandered off to other things, just bring it back one more time, starting at your head, breathing in, slow exhale. Down to your heart, open and soften, and then into your belly. And then as you feel ready, if you had your eyes closed, just allowing them to open. Noticing, how do you feel right now? And you spent 45 minutes doing things that maybe you've done before, maybe you've never done. I just want to thank you so much. All right, it's a pleasure for me to get to be here. I feel really grateful to have this opportunity to share. Right, and it's like unprecedented times call for unprecedented self-care. So I think it's all part of our responsibility and our duty to do things that we can do to stay grounded, to stay sane, because the world right now is pretty topsy-turvy. So if you enjoyed this, stay tuned for more. You can follow me at Jeff Siegel Wellness on Instagram. Stay tuned on BKBX for some more sessions like this, for some more wonderful workouts. Big shout out to all of our coaches, Dan, Dana, Jillian, Hannah, everybody else in the BKBX crew that made this come alive. Genevieve, thank you so much for all the support and help. Breathe and smile. Okay, save it.
Okay, it says, are you sure you want to end your live video?
Yeah, it's end video.